The FotoFest 2018 Biennial, India, Contemporary Photographic and New Media Art, takes place from March 10th to April 22nd in Houston. Its central exhibition, which is divided into 4 venues around Houston, features art photography, contemporary practices, installation, moving image, and journalistic and documentary photography. FotoFest also concurrently hosts public conversations with curators and artists, a program of films from India, literary events, culinary programs, a special curriculum for K through 12 students and family learning activities, and a 2-day symposium. Day 1 of this 2-day symposium begins tonight at 6 p.m. at the Asia Society Texas Center, with a special keynote lecture by P. Sainath. P. Sainath is an award-winning journalist and author, photojournalist, the founder of the People's Archive of Rural India, and a recipient of the Ramon Magsaysay Award, Asia's most prestigious prize and often referred to as Asia's Nobel. His keynote address tonight is titled, India, the Age of Inequality. How should photographers, artists, writers, and poets engage with this foremost of our many realities? Today I have the pleasure of speaking with him about his keynote address and the FotoFest 2018 Biennial. P. Sainath, thank you for speaking with me today and welcome to the program.
Thank you, Cameron. I'm glad to be with you.
The theme of the FotoFest 2018 Biennial is India and the Indian diaspora. This is quite unprecedented, as the subcontinent has never been this prominently featured in FotoFest's history. The theme is fascinating and the title of your keynote address equally so. Could you please provide us with a preview about what you will be discussing tonight during your keynote lecture?
Well, you know that bringing together the work there of 47 artists makes this one of the biggest events of its kind. I'm concerned with 2 things. One is the fastest growing thing in India has the last 20 years has been gross and increasing inequality. The second thing I'm concerned with is how do we as writers, reporters, photographers, filmmakers, artists engage with that huge process unfolding before us? As of today, India has 121 dollar billionaires listed in Forbes.
Wow. These
121 individuals in a population of 1.3 billion account for a wealth equivalent to 22% of gross domestic product. Okay? Wow. So obviously that is a stunning rate of growth, because in year 1991, there wasn't a single Indian known to be a dollar billionaire. And it's happened in these 25 years of neoliberalism, of particular kind of economics based on market fundamentalism. So now the kind of processes coming out of it, the divisive nature of these processes, the crushing of rural economies and livelihoods, the political processes that have come up, the rise of fundamentalism in certain ways, it's at the intersections of these processes that I see the stories, that I visualize the photographs and films. It's at these intersections that artists, reporters, writers, journalists, filmmakers, photographers ought to engage and get their stories and do their work. So that's what I think is a very significant part of what I'll be talking about. The inequality itself, and how do artists, writers, photographers respond to the kind of processes? Because according to me, good journalism, good photography good anything is determined by how we engage with the great processes of our time. That's how your work will be judged 20 years from now, 50 years from now.
FotoFest's acclaimed biennial exhibition is one of the most respected international contemporary photography events in the world. As a journalist, you take your own photographs for all of your reports. What is the most memorable photo you have taken? And could you describe it for our listeners and tell us why this photo is significant to you?
I sort of classify myself as a reporter photographer rather than a photographer photographer. The latter's quest is really for images. Mine is really to tell my story better, to enhance my reporting. I will not narrow down, since I've taken too many thousands of photographs. It's impossible for me to narrow down and say, this one is the best. But I will tell you that you can look at what I consider the best of my work. I have an exhibition, a photo exhibition called Visible Work, Invisible Women, Women and Work in Rural India. It's a physical exhibition that is also online in my website, the People's Archive of Rural India. You will find there 70 pictures on the work and labor of rural women that never gets acknowledged, the poorest of the poor. And that is the favorite body of work that I can think of. The other body of work that I hate saying I'm proud of, I don't like that word, it's because it's the photographs of the families and survivors of the many thousands of farmers who have committed suicide in India. So the Women and Work exhibition, I would say, is what I'm proud to have people look at.
Oh, wonderful.
And you can just get on to www.ruralindia online, one word, .org, and go for the exhibition, Visible Work, Invisible Women. You'll see the photographs.
Thank you, P. Sainath, for speaking with me today, and looking forward to your 6 p.m. lecture tonight at Asia Society Texas Center.
You're most welcome, Cameron. I hope I will see you on that at the program.